Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum, dear students. I'm your chemistry teacher here. In the previous lecture, you have studied about the basic definition, but today we are going to discuss the element which is mentioned in chapter number 1 on page number 7 to 8. So, first of all, we discuss about the atom, that what is an atom, then we proceed towards the element. So, here the question arises that what is an atom? So atom is a basic building block for all the matter in the universe. Atom is the basic building block for all the matters. Now what is matter? Matter means that anything that has a mass and occupies space is known as matter. So anything that around us is known as matter. So atoms are extremely small and are made up of few even smaller particles. Atoms are extremely minute particles, or atoms are extremely small, that composed of few even smaller particles, means that the atoms are composed of the subatomic particles, or these subatomic particles are the electron, proton and neutron. When electron, proton and neutron combine together, so form the atoms. So the third one point is the basic particle that make up an atom are the electrons, protons and neutrons. The basic particle, or also we can say that the subatomic particle or the fundamental particles that make up an atoms are the electrons, protons and the neutrons. Electrons having a negative charge, protons having a positive charge, and neutrons are the neutral particles. Now atom fits together with the other atoms to make up matter. When we compose the matter, so these atoms combine together, so form the element or the compound or the mixture. Then you can see on your screen that it's the structure of an atom. The structure of an atom, you can see in the central portion nucleus, and the nucleus consists of the proton having a positively charged, and the neutrons having the neutral particle, means having no charge, and electrons revolve around the shells or the orbits, and electrons having a negatively charged particles. So then we proceed towards the element. Now our main topic is about the element. First of all, we discuss about the atom. That what is atom? Atom is the smallest particle that is composed of the electron, protons and the neutrons. Electrons having a negative charge, protons having a positive charge, and neutrons are the neutral. Now what is an element? An element is a pure substance which cannot be split up into the other simpler substances by an ordinary physical or the chemical processes. It's the definition of the element. We divide this definition into two parts, means that the element is a pure substance. It's the first part, which cannot be split up into the other simpler substances by any ordinary physical or the chemical process. It's a second part. So it's the first part, that element is a pure substance. In the previous lecture you have studied about the pure substances. Now what are the pure substances? A substance which is composed of only one type of atom or the particles, mean that the substance is composed of only one type or only same type of atoms or the particles, like gold having the same type or the same types of atoms. So element is a pure substance, and that pure substance are classified into the element and the compound. So that's why element is a pure substance. And the second part is that which cannot be, this pure substance of element cannot be split up, cannot be broken down into any other simpler substances, into any other simpler substances by an ordinary physical or chemical process. Physical or chemical processes means that the process that we can be observed or measured, and in this process without changing the composition of matter, means that the composition of matter do not change. Now the chemical processes means that chemical reactions, that the old bonds are broken down and the new bonds are formed. So also we can say that the reactants are converted to one or more different substances. So element is a pure substance, means that composed of only same type of atoms, or this same type of atoms cannot be broken down into any other simpler substances by physical or chemical. Physical means the process that we can observe. Chemical process means that the chemical reactions. If we apply any physical or the chemical processes, this element or this pure substance cannot be broken down, cannot be split up into the simpler substances like gold. Gold is an element having composed of same type of atoms, so we can apply any physical or chemical process, this gold cannot be split up into any other substances, means that this gold cannot be converted into another type of elements, means this gold cannot be converted into the silver. Gold is in its pure form. Now we have total 118 elements were discovered till now. So in this, out of this 118 elements, 92 are naturally occurring elements and 26 are artificially prepared elements in the laboratory. Now here the question arises that these artificially prepared elements, that how these artificially prepared elements are prepared. So these artificially elements were prepared by the process of fission and fusion. What is fission and what is fusion? You have already studied in the nuclear chemistry that what is fission and what is fusion. Fission means that the decomposition or the breakdown of the nucleus, and the fusion means that the combination of the nucleus or the nuclei. These fission and the fusion process occurs by the radioactivity. Now what is a radioactivity? Radioactivity means that it's the process by which an unstable atomic nucleus loses energy by the radiation, that the unstable nucleus wanted to stability. So this unstable nucleus loses energy in the with the form of radiations, and these radiations are the alpha, beta and gamma, and the processes like the fission and the fusion. So with the help of the fission means the breakdown, and the combination, fusion means that the combination. So with the help of a fission and the fusion, artificially elements were prepared. Now composition of elements, how the elements are composed. Element is made up of fundamental unit particles. Element is composed of the minute particles, and this fundamental unit of an element is an atom. That we can say that human beings are composed of the cells. The structure and the function unit of the human beings or the living organisms are the cells. So also the fundamental unit of an element is atom. How elements are prepared? When atoms, same types of atoms combine together, so form the element. So the fundamental unit of element is atom. Elements are made up of particles, minute particles, and atom is the smallest particle of an element that take part in a chemical reaction. Atom is the smallest particle which take part in a chemical reactions, means that atom can loses, gain electrons and take part in a chemical reaction. Each element consists of only one kind of atom. Every element or each element consists of same type of atoms. Like atoms of a particular element are same to each other but different from the atoms of the other elements. Atoms of the same elements like gold elements are same to each other, but the gold elements are different from the atoms of the other elements, means the gold elements are different from the silver elements. So now examples. Gold is an element. Gold is an element because that it can never be converted into any other simpler substances by ordinary physical or the chemical reactions. Now you can see on your screen that gold symbols are AU. AU is a symbol of gold. So Au is equal to gold atom. So gold is an element because it's a pure substance. And what is meant by a pure substance means that it is composed of the same type of atoms. It is composed of the same type of atom means Au atoms combined together so form the element, and these Au combines together so form gold element. So gold is an element. Gold is a pure substance, and this gold cannot be broken down or cannot be split up into any other simpler substances by an ordinary physical or the chemical process. Means that we can apply any physical or chemical reactions. Gold is an gold element. Gold can never be broken down into any other substance, means golds can never be converted into the silver or coins or carbon hydrogen. Gold is an gold element. It can never be converted into any other simpler substances. Now the pencil lid. In pencil lid is made up of carbon atoms, and how we can recognize the element means element having definitions like the 2 points pure substance, and second cannot be broken down into any simpler substances by an ordinary physical or the chemical process. So it's a carbon atoms combine together to form the elements. So and this can never be converted into any other substances. And here the point that the atoms of gold are same to each other, but the atoms of gold are different from the atoms of the carbon. Now carbon is present in the form of a charcoal, diamond and a plastic. Now hydrogen is present in the welding and the blowtorch. In sun the hydrogen is present because in sun the fusion process occur, and in the fusion process hydrogen and hydrogen combines together to form the helium nuclei. And in also plants and sugars, hydrogen is present in the form of water when carbon dioxide and hydrogen water combine together to form a glucose. Iron is present in the form of a steels, hemoglobin and the magnets like the iron fillings and the magnets. So types of elements. We discussed about element. What is an element? Element is a pure substance, means composed of same type of atoms, and they cannot be broken down into any other simpler substances by any ordinary physical or the chemical reactions. Now we discuss about the elements, types of the elements like metals, non-metals and the metalloids. Now what are the metals? Metals are those substances which are good conductor of heat and electricity, means that they can pass electricity and they are the good conductor of heat and electricity. They are malleable and ductile. Now non-metals are those substances which are the bad conductor of heat and electricity. Now what are the metalloids? Metalloids is an element. It has the properties, it intermediate between those of the metals and the non-metals. And these metals, non-metals and metalloids will be discussed in your last chapter in detail. So representation. Now the question arises that the representation means that in 1814 Berzelius suggested a system for representing elements with the symbol. So the shortest name of an element is known as a symbol. The modern method of assigning symbol of the element was developed by Swedish scientist Berzelius. Means that when elements were discovered day by day, so it's very difficult for scientists to remember all the elements names, or they can write with their full spelling or the full letters of the carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. So for that purpose they suggested that they give the shortest name of these elements. So the shortest name of an element is called symbol, and this system was presented by Berzelius, Swedish scientist Berzelius. Now they discuss three ways of naming elements. first, second and third. Now we discuss about the first. In most cases, the first letter of the name of the element is taken in a capital letter as a symbol. So the first letter of the element, was suggested that their capital name is used as a symbol. Some elements, the first letter of their name is used as their symbol, like elements carbon. So the carbon first letter is C. So C is a symbol for carbon. Oxygen, the first letter of oxygen is O. So O is used for their symbol. Nitrogen N, hydrogen H, and sulfur S. So it's a first way of naming elements. Now when the elements were discovered day by day, so for that purpose, second way of naming elements, like in most cases where the first letter has already been used. In most cases the first letter means their first letter have been used, so for that purpose then the initial letters in the capital letters with a small any other letter from its names are used for. Sometimes along with the first letter, second or other prominent letter is used in the symbol as small letter, like elements and symbols calcium. So C, calcium C is used for carbon. So when calcium discovered, so it's very difficult that how we recognize between the calcium and carbon. So for that purpose, scientists suggested that we used symbol for calcium like first letter and any other second letter or other prominent letter is used. So we used A, calcium chlorine. C is also used for carbon, so and also for calcium. So for that purpose, Cl, then chromium, and then bromine, and then beryllium, Be. So it's a second way of naming element. In the second way of naming elements, first letter along with the any other prominent or the second letter is used in the symbol. But here the main important thing is that the first in the symbol first letter is capital and the second letter is used in the symbol is a small letter. Second letter is used in a small letter, like calcium C capital and A small, chlorine C capital and L small, chromium C capital or small, bromine B capital and R small. So the third way of naming elements, some elements symbols start with their Latin or the Greek language name. Some elements start with their symbols with their Latin or the Greek name. So the element, symbol and the Latin name. Element, its English name. Antimony, the element, symbols and the Latin name. So the element, the first column is it's in English name, second are the symbols, and the third one their Latin name. So in the first one, antimony. Antimony symbol is SB. SB, and this SB is derived from their Latin name or the Greek name. Latin name means, pronounce with me, stibium, stibium, stibium. Then the copper, Cu, and this Cu is derived from their Latin name like the cuprum, cuprum. Gold symbol is Au, Latin name aurum, aurum. Iron symbol is Fe, Latin name is ferrum, and this Fe is derived from the ferrum. Lead, Pb, Pb, this Pb is derived from their Latin name like the plumbum, plumbum. Mercury means Hg, this Hg is derived from their Latin name hydrargyrum. Potassium K, kalium, kalium is derived from their Latin name K. Then silver Ag, argentium, sodium Na, natrium, natrium. Tin Sn is derived, Sn symbol is derived from their Latin name stannum, stannum, stannum. Tungsten W is derived from their wolfram. So we discuss three ways of naming. In first way of naming, the first letter of the element is taken as a capital letter as a symbol, and in the second, along with the first letter, second or the other prominent letter is used in the symbol but as a small letter. And in the third way, some symbols are derived from their Latin names.